Hello, and welcome to another 3ABN Today cooking program. We're the Micheff sisters.
I'm Linda.
I'm Brenda.
And that would mean I'm Senda. We're going to have fun today.
Oh,
I am really excited.
But don't we always have fun? Come on, seriously.
Well, yeah,
that's
true.
It's always fun cooking in the kitchen.
That's true. Especially when I'm with my sisters. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Well, do you guys remember what Grandpa used to call me?
Yes. Cookie.
And there's a reason he called me Cookie.
You always had one in your pocket.
Loves them.
So today, we're going to do a cookie swap.
That's right. A homemade
You give me
swap.
a cookie, I'll give you a cookie. And then you give me a cookie, and I'll give you a cookie. See how that works? We're going to give you some really awesome recipes for some vegan cookies.
That's right.
And a lot, most of them have they're actually, I mean, for dessert, they're still a healthier option for dessert. But keep in mind, they're still dessert.
Right.
Let's show them what we're going to make today.
That sounds like a plan.
We're going to start out with peanut butter carob cookies.
Oh, and oatmeal scotchies.
And then we have molasses cookies.
We're going to have oatmeal date cookies.
And oatmeal carob no-bake treats.
Oh.
And last but not least, apricot walnut bars.
Mmm.
And you just can't go wrong with cookies, folks. I'm just telling you.
I'm here to tell you.
That's
Well,
right.
they are really nice to be able to take to a friend or something. You don't have to worry about keeping it hot or keeping it cold. You know, you can just take them some cookies, you know, and
That's right. And not just for that, but also just to have for your grandchildren when they come over, you know, they always like cookies.
that's right.
And also for potlucks at churches and
Oh, I
and
think the
friends' house.
possibilities are endless.
Yes, this is
You know,
true. Lunches.
You know, I got an awesome surprise this week. I mean, everybody knows that my daughter Katie is an incredible cook and an incredible baker.
She's our kids' time cook.
That's right, she's a kids' time cook. This week, I got a package in the mail, and she made one of my favorite cookies and sent them to me.
Oh.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, I love
Oh,
that.
it was so neat. It was
when
so
were you
good.
gonna share?
That didn't happen. They were so good.
She had good intentions. Before she knew it, they were gone.
Katie, you might want to send a few
For your
more.
aunties.
Well, sis, you're going to start out with some really good cookies. Why
The peanut butter carob cookies.
don't you read the recipe for them?
All right. Brenda, you read it for me, okay?
Okay. You will need 1 cup of unbleached flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, aluminum-free, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 cup of canola oil, 3/4 cups of pure maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You will also need 1/2 cups of crunchy peanut butter, 1/4 cup of carob chips. An optional carob topping is 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 1/2 cup of carob chips, and 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. Wow, that sounds good. And something that
For the
really,
peanut butter lovers.
That's right.
Oh, hey, peanuts are my favorite nut.
And also for chocolate lovers, because carob is a substitute for chocolate. So, you know, this is interesting. So now let's see what you've done.
Okay, we're going to start out with the topping that goes on the cookies that are already baked.
Okay.
Just because this is nice and hot now and
Sure.
I need to do it while it's hot. And you just take and you stir it up. And
You put it in the microwave, right?
I put it in the microwave. I put peanut butter up the sides, and then I just kind of stir it up. And I think it got a little bit
Too cold while we were waiting.
Too cold while we were waiting. But
All right, so but this is, you know, television, so we can just
Yep.
say that, okay, this is nice and smooth and melted now.
right. It's nice and
Hey,
smooth
it's peanut butter.
and
It's going to
melted.
taste good.
And it, we'll show you some of what it looks like afterwards. But you just take the peanut butter, put it up the sides of your bowl, and then you put the carob chips in the middle, and then you, as soon as it comes out, you just whip it together, and it's just nice and creamy and smooth.
Now, what type of carob chips? Do you use the barley
These are
sweetened?
barley sweetened.
I like that too. There's different kinds, so you have to
Yep,
look
these
and
are
see.
the barley sweetened ones. Okay, to get started, we're going to put all our dry ingredients in. That's the whole wheat flour, the unbleached, and you can put in the baking powder and I think the salt, and we'll just mix these up. And Sis, over here, the other Sis, can spray this pan for us just a little bit. And we'll stir that up. And as usual, you just make kind of like in the center, make kind of like a hole. Call it a
Put the
well, but
in the center.
well in the center. And then we're going to put in our pure maple syrup.
Okay, you know, I think Mom knew what she was talking about when she said a well in the center, because, you know, I saw in a couple cooking programs from other people where they
Canola
were saying they
oil.
were calling it a well. So, Mom, we think you know what you were talking about.
That's right. And some vanilla. And we're going to put the peanut butter in. You want to put the peanut
I'm
butter
glad
in?
you're using crunchy
Okay.
peanut butter. I love crunchy peanut butter.
The crunchy peanut
And
butter
I'm a
is
smooth
one of our
peanut butter.
favorites.
I like the smoothness.
Oh,
of
I
peanut
like
butter.
the crunch. But I love
My
peanuts,
husband likes
so.
that. Yeah, my husband
Well,
likes the
that
crunchy.
way, if you like something else in your cookies, you know, a little nut or
Sure.
something, you're getting the peanut too.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, we're going to whip this around here. And then we're going to have Cinda whip it all together.
Oh.
You get this special job.
You know, and now you know what growing up with two sisters was like. Being the baby, it was like, oh, Cindy can do that. And that's why I
Do it so well.
have the muscles.
Because you've had a lot of practice.
Yes. And mostly with mud. When we'd have our little tea parties with our mud cakes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Good?
But remember all the flowers you decorated them with?
Oh, I know. There you go.
Okay, now once it gets like this, I'll probably take, I usually have like a little scoop, which I didn't get, but actually you can just roll them, put them on the tray like that, and then you just crisscross them. And that's all you do. And for sometimes I take carob and I just put it right in the middle, or you can mix it in the cookie dough any way you want.
Or you drizzle this
You can do
over
it
top.
like we have some over here, and that's with the carob topping that I whipped together in the beginning. And it's right over here for you to see.
Awesome.
Oh, they look good. And you know what? I think that they're kind of wondering what they taste like.
Are you wondering? I was
So,
wondering.
You know?
Hey,
Don't worry. Don't worry.
got you covered.
I got you covered. I'll help you out. I'm not sure. I'll have another one. These are good.
I think she's sure now.
You know, something else that is good is Cinda's cookies. You have oatmeal scotchies, don't you? Is that the name of them?
I think while I finish this, how about you read the recipe for me?
Okay, let me read the recipe. You're going to need 3 cups of quick oats, uncooked, 1 cup of shredded or flaked coconut, 1 cup of walnuts, finely chopped, 1/2 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 cup of margarine, non-hydrogenated, 1 cup of pure maple syrup, 2 cups of carob chips, and 1 cup of peanut butter.
My kids named these cookies because I make them every year at the holidays, and then, you know, because we go caroling, and so we can give them out for caroling because they're perfect for transport because they don't break apart.
yes.
So let's get started. If you'll turn the fire on for
I
me,
can do it.
we'll put our soy margarine in here, and you can use any non-hydrogenated margarine.
That's a tongue twister, isn't it?
Yeah. Sis, I'll just put you in control of that. Add the maple syrup and the brown sugar.
Okay.
And this needs to come to a boil and boil 2 minutes. So
Start timing.
count to 120. 1,000, 2, 1,000. Okay.
They're trying to keep me busy over here. I can see
And
that.
I'm going to keep Brenda busy too.
Uh-oh, I spoke too soon.
Because, here, trade me. You take that, and I'll take this. Okay, sis, I'm going to give you this job.
Okay.
Linda talked about you coat your bowl with peanut butter. That's how you get the carob chips to melt without burning.
Or hardening.
Right, so we're going to coat the bowl like this. And then dump your carob chips. Can you dump the carob chips in the middle? And then can you go microwave those for, try for a minute.
Okay.
Okay? And while she's microwaving this, I'm going to make the oat mixture that goes into our mixture that you're making.
All right.
See, teamwork. Don't you love it? I mean, seriously, sometimes we all get into the kitchen, even my brothers, and oh, it is so fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun, and everybody's cooking something different, but we're all helping each other at the same time.
Family reunions are so much fun. Everybody's doing everything.
Okay, while you're microwaving those, just stick it in the microwave right there, and while you're microwaving those, we're going to take our oats, and this is the quick oats, not the rolled oats. You make sure you use the quick oats, and the flour, and the cinnamon. Cinnamon is so good for you. Mix that up a little bit, like that. And then we're gonna add our coconut. Is that boiling yet?
Not yet.
And then we're gonna add our coconut.
You know a watch pot never boils.
Okay. And then add our walnuts. And now this is ready for our syrup that Linda's boiling for us. Only, sis.
Yes, I'm hurrying over here.
Okay. Look! Oh, look! Quick! Over there!
What?
She can't watch the pot because it won't boil. So I gotta keep her distracted.
It didn't work. It's still not boiling.
You looked.
It's getting there, though. You're starting some little bubbles at the side.
All right. Is that melted yet?
Well, it's 1 minute.
Oh, you need, I would do another
Should we
30
try
seconds.
first?
No, because you can see the stuff on the top's not going to melt.
I don't know. I think
Nope.
I think it's
nope.
good.
Nope. Let's do another 30 seconds.
All right.
30 seconds more. Good job. Make sure that you don't have your, sometimes coconut will get into clumps, and you don't want the big clumps of coconut. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to pour that hot syrup on top of this and mix it up.
It's boiling.
Did you count to 120?
Somebody was probably.
Because it has to boil 2 minutes.
Well, it's doing good.
It'll get a little thick.
Should I start stirring?
Yes, I want them to see. Can you see how the carob is melted? Look how nice this is melted. And it didn't burn because the peanut butter kept it from burning.
Oh.
And
But you have
sis,
to
go
stir
ahead
it
and
right away, or else
go
it doesn't
stir it
do
up
as
right
well.
away.
So you can see. I want you to be
See
able to
how it
see.
blends?
Okay, we're going to have a volcano or something happening, erupting over here.
Well, keep going.
Look how creamy this is. Really nice. Which I'm glad they got a chance to see this because, Linda, on your recipe, it had already cooled off, and they
Yeah.
were able to see what happens when it cools off.
Right.
It's not going to do it. So now
Right.
you see
It's
this
the
is
exact
perfect.
same thing as what, and then,
You just need to do it right away.
right.
Look how good that is.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Mmm.
Now that's good enough to eat. I don't care what they say, sis.
Okay, sis, now if you can put a little paper
Okay.
in each of those.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think that's probably good.
All right.
Okay.
And now we'll pour this in the middle.
Ooh.
It's hot.
Good deal. You did fine work.
Thank you very much.
And you stir this up. And then you're gonna put probably, it's a little more than a teaspoon. It's probably actually a scant tablespoon, I think, into those cups. And you'll want to fill each paper up, and then you'll stick this into a 350-degree oven for about 11 to 12 minutes. And watch it, because you don't want it to burn. I actually need a little teaspoon, but and when it comes out, I'll show you. When it comes out, so you want to do like about that much.
So do you bake these?
You'll bake it at 350 for about well, she's concentrating.
I was so intent in making sure I was doing my job good over here.
But that's okay. Someone else might have missed it too. So 350-degree oven.
I took care
for 11 to 12 minutes, and then when it comes out of the oven, kind of take your spoon, because it's going to be hot. So take the tip of your spoon, or you can even take the end of a spoon, and you'll want to make a little well in it like this. Not real deep, but just about that much. And then you're going to spoon this carob peanut butter mixture right in the center. And I'll show you what they look like.
Oh, they look delicious.
And I like her
really
little swirl she does at the end. It's really pretty. So it's right in the top, you know, just, it's really cute. I like that.
And you just do that. You just kind of take a teaspoon and you just kind of, you know, drop it in the center. And that's
Voila.
it. And they freeze really well too. And they're great because they're to take to somebody, because you've got it in a neat little wrapper.
And
oh, well, here you go.
well, right now, though, we have some molasses cookies that you're going to show us.
Molasses
They
cookies
look good.
I love. Let me read the recipe for you. You will need 2½ cups of unbleached flour, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 1/3 cup of canola oil, 1/2 cup of applesauce, 1/4 cup of molasses, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and for the topping, you will need 1/2 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now, I absolutely love molasses cookies. I think,
do too.
forever. And I especially like your husband's molasses cookies.
Oh, my husband makes the best molasses cookies. He puts ginger in his.
Yes, I do too. But let me tell you.
Fresh ginger or just...
No, just ground ginger.
Yeah, I do too. I have that in this recipe. So I was actually trying to mimic Joel's. But I think I'm making mine a little bit healthier than he does, because I was trying to get away from most molasses cookies that I've seen and recipes for always have either a lot of margarine, butter, or Crisco in them, you know, a shortening. And that's all hydrogenated oils I didn't want to have in the recipe. So I did a little experimenting and came up with this recipe, which is still a nice, moist, I think you'll be very surprised, if not shocked, at how nice and moist these cookies are, not dry at all. And so let's just get started.
Ooh, I'm anxious to try them.
Sis, would you mind just pointing it that way and just a little spray on our cookie sheet? And while we're doing that, sis, if you could just put our flour in here. Oh, oops, first, I don't want to do that. I want you to put all our dry ingredients in that flour over there and mix that up.
Oh, you almost.
And Linda, we're going to put all the rest of these ingredients. We'll put all these spices
in this bowl here?
Huh? Yep. You're going to get all the wet ones in over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hand me that spatula, please?
There you go. And we'll just put the vanilla in. Oh, I love vanilla.
Oh, I love vanilla. I love vanilla scented candles. I mean, it's just.
Actually, vanilla scented candles is my favorite scent.
Me too.
I really do. If I'm going to go after a candle, it's going to be vanilla. And there's just, I do like sometimes the cinnamon one.
That's my favorite.
The cinnamon is? Okay.
Nope, I like the vanilla.
All right. Now I want you to just, and we're going to put the canola oil. What I did was that I did some experimenting. Instead of all that butter and Crisco, I put in oil. I put in oil, and I also put in applesauce. And so I often will take recipes and do that to help my recipe decrease the amount of fat in the recipe. I will use applesauce, and it works really well.
It does.
And it makes it nice and moist. I think you'd be surprised. So now,
Especially if it's Mom's homemade applesauce.
exactly. So now I need you to
But see,
stir
I
that
get
good until the oil is all emulsified in there and all blended well. And before, while you're still blending that, and while my sisters are working, I just wanted to share with you that my sister Linda and I were recently over in the island on the island of Antigua. In fact, I learned there I get lots of letters from kids in Antigua, and they let me know when I was over there that I actually said it wrong. They said they're so nice that I read their letters, but when I pronounce the name of their country right, it's Antigua, not Antigua, like I was saying. So we were recently in Antigua, had a wonderful time.
It's so awesome.
And we went over there. We were invited by Karen Hill and Claudine Benjamin. Had an awesome time over there. And while we were there, we stopped for a brief minute to get some souvenirs and met the very first person at the souvenir place. She had a t-shirt shop. I wanted to get some, t-shirts from my grandsons. Everywhere I go, I get my grandsons a t-shirt from where I've been. And this lady was so excited, watches 3ABN, and she said, oh, please, she said, next time you do a cooking show, would you please mention my name? So I actually wrote it down. I asked my assistant, Melissa Hoffman, I said, don't let me forget this woman's name. I wanted to make sure I said, because her name is, let me get it right here. It is Verlyn Wright, and she's from the Bay Street Villa. So Verlyn, shout out to you. Hello from the Micheff sisters. This is Cinda, the one you haven't met yet, So, and then also Donna from the customs office wanted us to say hello to her. So Donna from the customs at the airport.
And James, our driver, he was incredible.
Wasn't that Charles?
Yes, it was Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
you
Benjamin
say
James.
you say James because we call
We have some close friends, Don and Bonnie Lang.
That's right. That's
we
what I
call
was
him
thinking of.
James.
We call him James because he drives us everywhere we're going when we're together. So Cinda got nicknamed that. She goes, home, James, and so he became James. But anyway, we had such an incredible time in Antigua. We actually met the ambassador. We met several ambassadors.
That was Sir James.
Yes, and we met Sir James and Sir Roland, and we also met the Prime Minister of the country.
Oh,
and by the way,
that was an experience.
By the way, he let us know that he watches our cooking shows. So Cinda, we have a message from him. He said, next time we come, you must come too.
Well, I would like to.
It's a beautiful country, but I think what makes it really special is the people. They're just so kind and warm and welcoming.
Yes, they are. It's
They
wonderful.
have the gift of hospitality.
They do. So we had such a wonderful time.
There
So
you
hello
go.
to all our new friends in Antigua. And in fact, one of their girls from Antigua is coming next month to tape Kids Time with me. She plays the steel pans.
that'll be
Incredible.
nice.
She
And,
could.
yeah,
Oh.
she is incredible.
That'll be nice.
Shakaya. So we're excited that she's coming. All right, now sis, you get to add a little this time, a bit at a time. You get to keep stirring, sis.
Oh, I keep
it
stirring.
going. You're doing such a lovely job.
You're a good supervisor.
Aren't they doing a lovely job? Just keep mixing it in there, mixing it in there. A little bit faster, sis. Come on, you can do it. I know. Let's
Which
make her
sis
work
is
really
supposed
hard.
to go faster?
Oh, both of you. Just crank it up and keep it in the
no.
bowl. Keep it in the bowl. It's a good thing.
Oh. You can only go so
Whoa,
fast.
no, not in that bowl, no. Not that
I'll
kind of.
fix her.
All right, let's see. All right, let me get
that
here.
is hard.
Yeah, we got a lot of here outside of the bowl, but and this is where I like to put on my gloves and really mix it good. But since I forgot to do that, we are gonna
Make
get it
you
going.
work and use
You're
the
gonna make
spoon.
me work a little bit. That's right. And these
Muscles, sis, muscles.
muscles. All right, sis, go ahead and mix that up.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Mix it up good. You can do it. Come on, with your hands.
Oh,
Mix
all right.
it up.
Well, that I don't mind.
Yep, just to show how wonderful it comes together.
So
And
you just need it.
well, no, you just want to make sure all the dry ingredients are worked into the wet ingredients, and
It's
and
a
it
nice
really-
soft dough.
very nice. It's not dry at all, and then let me put this down here.
You want me to make it in little balls?
Give me a little ball, would you? And,
I can
but
do
you're
it.
actually going to mix it a little
Do you
bit.
want a bigger? Do you want a bigger?
Yeah, she's slacking on me here. Just a little bit more. Okay, give me a ball right there.
How big?
Oh, just a
Like
golf
this?
ball. No. Well, sure. Why not? Let's make a good size one.
Joel makes his big.
Oh,
He
well, I
likes
know,
those
he
big
does.
cookies.
All right, then what you're going to do is, I didn't know what to call it, so I called it topping. It's just you half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
coating.
And it's just a coating. And so you just dip it in that, all roll around. You're going to put it on the pan. You're going to just take the palm of your hand and stick it down like that real quick, and then you're going to bake that. And you're going to bake it, let's see, how long are we going to bake it for?
About 12 minutes.
At 325 for about 12 minutes. So this is baked on not a very hot oven. 325 is not considered a hot oven. And for 25 minutes, not till it's crispy. It will still, you want it to be very soft. And so it's kind of a little bit underbaked. And it's okay. There's no eggs in here. Nothing that's going to be bad for you. And when you're done, right over there, and you can see how cute. And so sis, oh yes, she's not going to disappoint you folks. Look at that. She's going to take one of those real nice big bite.
Oh, big bite?
Ah!
Oh, no.
No, seriously, those are really good.
They're very moist and nice, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I really love, so I want you to have Joel try those.
I will. You're going to love these. Hey, honey, I'll be home. I'm going to bring you some.
There you go.
Or not.
Well, I'm going to show you how to make some crisp oatmeal cookies. Actually,
sounds
crisp
good.
oatmeal date cookies. And would you read the recipe for
I'd
me?
be happy to. Will need for the crisp oatmeal cookies 2 cups of quick oats, 1 cup of whole wheat flour fine, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 cup of canola oil, 3/4 cup of pure maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/4 cup of dates chopped, 1/2 cup of pecan pieces, 1/2 cup of coconut, 1/4 cup of craisins, 1/4 cup of water.
All right, we have everything here to make our cookies. And one thing about...
Let's get started.
Yes, we're going to get started. I'm going to put all the dry ingredients in. And
Quick oats.
I'm going to put the quick oats,
And it's
the whole wheat flour.
And it's a really good thing when you're making oatmeal cookies not to forget the oatmeal.
That's a good idea. The
Been there, done that.
aluminum-free baking powder. Got some little bit of sea salt. And I'm going to mix it all up. When I was after I'd made a batch of these cookies, my mother-in-law, I took them down for her to try, and she was like, "Oh, wow, I really like these cookies." And she's an awesome cook, and she used to cook at camp meetings and at camps, summer camps. So when I find something that she likes, I'm excited.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, she's a good cook. In fact, when my husband, when he asked me to marry him, he said, "You know, there is some things that are pretty important to me." And so we were talking about it. One thing we decided is that we would always have worship in our home. And then he wanted me to learn to make a few dishes just like his mom.
Now that's love.
Yeah.
Really and truly, you know, the joy of cooking is in the pleasing.
That's
Wouldn't
right.
you say? I mean,
That's right.
you know, unfortunately, my husband, I love him so much, but he really, you know, there's people that live to eat and then there's a eat to live.
Well, he doesn't like to eat too much.
My husband does,
No.
he eats to live. If he could just take a pill and never have to eat, he would be thrilled. I mean, so I'll say to him, "Honey, what do you have a taste for?" And he's like, "You know, whatever you fix is fine." I mean, there's literally, I could fix anything, and he would be like, you know, whatever is fine.
Even a bowl of cereal with some soy milk on it, he's fine with that.
I know. So my girlfriend said to me, she said, "I tell you what," she said, "my husband," she goes, "I don't cook a thing." She said, when I heard you'd cook anything your husband wants and he doesn't even care. I mean, she just couldn't imagine that at all.
See, I'm so blessed. My husband will eat anything. Anything I cook, he eats. And he's really funny because I make everything from scratch. So when we go to a restaurant, they'll say, "Oh, we're having apple pie." And he'll say, "Is that from scratch?" Are those canned apples? Is that store-bought crust? So he does care, but he'll eat anything and he'll try anything. So it's really awesome to cook for him.
We're putting some cranberries in.
Oh, I love dried
We're
cranberries.
Put some dates, some
Oh,
chopped
I love
dates.
dates.
And we're going to put some pecans in.
Now, Brenda, that's your favorite nut, isn't it?
Yes, I love
And
well,
you're gonna stir
I
all
love
that up.
pecans, but I also I'm really getting really fond of walnuts.
I like
Oh, I
walnuts,
love
too.
walnuts. High in the omega-3s.
Yes.
They're really good for you. Okay, we're going to make our little well in the middle. We're going to put our water, our vanilla, our canola oil, and our pure maple syrup.
Okay. Now, is this your pure maple syrup that you just get? Linda just brought us, Cinda and I, the most amazing gift. She brought me a whole quart jar
It is
of
this year's, and it is fresh.
fresh maple syrup.
They went right to the place where,
The
it's
farm where they make
the
it?
farm where they make
In
it.
Wisconsin. And oh, is that good.
Yeah.
Yep. And sis, how'd you know? I just was running out from the last one you gave me. Just used the last drop. So her timing is perfect.
Okay, and all you do is stir it up, and these will turn out to be pretty crisp.
Okay.
And I didn't bring a spoon, did I, or something?
Would you like me to go
You have to
get
use
you a
that
spoon?
one.
No, I think
Oh, you can use that one?
I can just use this one. Can
Do
you
you want this
spray? Yeah,
sprayed?
could you spray that for me?
All right, Brenda wanted me to spray it by her.
No, let's, don't worry, Mother. They're going to behave. I'm looking out for you. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit like this, and you're just going to press it around, make a little round circle there, and that's about all you do. You bake it at 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven. Yeah, different ovens are, hotter. Mine does well at 400, about 10, 11 minutes, and they're done, and they're crispy. And that's all you
to try it, and I
That's
can
all
tell.
you need to do. And it's amazing that you don't need eggs. You don't need eggs for these cookies. And
Aggie, I agree with you. These are good.
see, she's good.
Well, what are we fixing next, sis?
Well, we've got Cinda has a carob, oatmeal carob no bake.
No bake cookies.
Can you believe that?
No, I've never had a no bake cookie.
Well, I'll show you how. Why don't you read them the recipe and I'll finish this delicious cookie.
All right, for her no bake treats, you're going to need 1/2 stick of soy margarine, 1 cup of pure Florida crystals, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of soy milk, 1/2 cup of carob powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of peanut butter, 3 cups of quick oatmeal, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Well, I'm going to show you and my sister
I'm sure
no
glad
bake
about
cookies. Okay, we'll start with the soy margarine. If you'll turn the heat on
I can do it.
and we'll melt the soy margarine, and let's add the peanut butter
Okay.
and
Put the butter on
You
the
guys are
bottom
doing a
first.
good job over there.
oh, we're not, you got that left out feeling?
No, I'm enjoying
Oh, I
being
think
the
she does.
supervisor.
I think she's got that left out feeling.
No.
Oh, do you all think
that.
that she's got that left out feeling?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes, come on. Okay, we need the brown sugar in.
In here?
When in doubt, scoop it out.
Well, thanks. That made me feel
Okay,
useful.
you put the Florida crystals in, and you can put the salt in, and then you can put our carob powder in.
That'd have been cute if you had actually glued it or something. And it come out.
It's like the birthday candles that won't blow out.
Right. I think that was an honest mistake, though, sis. I don't think she was really trying that.
Is that heat up
Hey, what
high?
about this?
No, 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 no,
It's
no.
up. Do you want it high?
okay.
It's high. Are we wanting it high?
Hold 'em, partner. Don't rush my recipe.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, really?
I just wondered what this stuff was in this little dish.
I told you, we Micheff sisters cannot sit still. We got to be doing something every minute, so I'm going to give her something else to do. So take your wax paper and put it on your cookie sheet, because these are drop cookies, and I don't spray the. If you don't have wax paper, you could just use some
What about that?
no-bake cooking spray.
What about those baking mats that they have out now?
The Silpats? Yes, you could do that too.
My girlfriend Marie Macri, she gave me a set of those, and I love them. I was kind of nervous at first thinking that could go in the oven, but it works beautiful. You know?
It does.
I know you probably use it all the time.
It does. It works really well.
If anything new out there, Cinda's already
In
tried it.
fact, the molasses cookies I did on the Silpat.
On the Silpat?
I did.
Those were good.
Yeah. Okay. Is this supposed to be this hot?
Okay, yes. You want to bring it to a boil. You still got a little bit of it's starting to boil. Can you see where it's starting to boil? And
I do what I'm told, see.
when she wants to.
Now, I think she does pretty well.
And you'll want to just keep that boiling.
Okay.
It's almost to a full boil, because see, the sides are boiling. And now what we'll do is we'll reduce the heat just a little bit.
Okay.
Let's put it right over here. Reduce the heat a little
smelling
bit.
good.
Okay, now we'll add.
They don't have smell-o-vision. I just send some of that, aroma your way.
Now we'll add our quick oats and our vanilla.
Okay.
So now,
I added the oats first because if you add the vanilla, it will bubble and pop up.
Oh, okay. Well,
See?
that's not good. And I had no bubbling or popping. I haven't. No, I've got.
There you go. And I'll blend it well. And now we'll turn the heat off.
Okay.
And now we're gonna just drop it.
Oh, there.
Good job.
How about that?
Wow, let me see, folks. Do you think that really helped? Yeah, it's getting better. She might be able to stir the next recipe, too. I mean, who knows?
that is her exercise routine.
Okay.
Exactly.
You drop them by teaspoonfuls, and like that.
Pretty.
And just like that.
Now, do you put them in the freezer?
And then you put them in the refrigerator until they firm up, and that's it.
That's all there
And
is to it?
let me show you what they look like. Oh man, I have to stretch. See what they look like?
Mm-hmm. They look. It actually looks just like a piece of regular chocolate candy.
How about trying it?
No,
Let's make history.
No.
Come
She knows
on.
I don't try on the air.
I do. Let's make history, sis.
So, what do you...
Well, I like them. You want to make history?
No. Maybe.
But I can tell you this. I did try them back in the prep kitchen, and I loved them, and they were good.
They're so good. Well,
Last but not least is my walnut or apricot walnut bars. That's
Oh, and
it.
I love
apricot
apricots.
walnut bars. And let me read the recipe for you. For the apricot puree, you will need 3 cups of dried apricots, 3 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You will also need 1 1/4 cups of unbleached flour, and this is for the dough, 2/3 cup of soy margarine, 1 1/4 cup of quick oats, a dash of salt, dash of cinnamon, and 1 cup of walnuts. And I absolutely love apricots. I believe it's really right up there with my favorite fruit. Fresh apricots. We used to live in California years ago, and we had a beautiful apricot tree in our backyard. We had lots of fruit trees, but one was, I look forward to apricot season because our tree was so overladen with apricots that my husband would have to actually go out and he would have to prop up the branches to give them support because the branches would break. They were so heavy. And I made homemade apricot jam every single year, and I absolutely loved it. I made all kinds of apricot sauces and desserts.
well, you know what? You might get to do that again this year.
Really?
Yes, because my husband loves to garden, and he has planted several apricot trees, and they are loaded with blossoms and little baby apricots.
Oh, that
he was so excited, he took a picture and texted me this picture and said, honey, look at all the apricots on my tree.
Oh, you know what? I will make you some jam, apricot jam. I still have my recipe. And I have 2 recipes, one for cooked apricot jam and one for frozen apricot
It's
jam.
loaded. So we're really excited.
I'm
It's like,
excited.
yes.
Well, one of the things that I made when I was making cookies when I was in the apricot season was apricot bars. And I have lots of variety. Now, back then, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have them vegan. And I didn't really make them as healthy as I'm doing now. And honestly, I like these better, which is really surprising to me because I didn't expect that. Sometimes, yeah, I really like these better. They're moist.
Don't worry, I'll be the judge. I got you covered.
Well, we're going to start off with when we already have this pureed. So
You want to tell them how
I'm
you
going
did
to
that?
tell you how you did this. What I did was I took 3 cups of dried apricots, put them in a pan, and covered them with 3 cups of water. And then you're going to put in a little bit of sugar. I think it was 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then a tiny bit of cinnamon. And you're just going to cook that until they're very, very soft. When it's soft, then you're going to let it cool, and you put it into a blender or a food processor, and you get an apricot puree like this. And it is really, really good.
It really smells good.
Oh, she's going to try it too.
I knew I washed my fingers for something.
Now you get to wash them again.
And so that's all you have to do for that.
That's really good.
Isn't that good?
Oh, it is.
Because this is television and there's not enough time to do all that, I wanted to have it all done ahead of time so I could actually assemble the recipe for you. So, sisters, I just love my sisters, and especially when it's time to mix. So,
I knew that was coming.
so sis, you're going to put some flour in here. Linda, you're going to put some oats in here, and you're going to mix
Ready?
those. Yep. Woo. Okay.
Teamwork.
And Linda, you can just mix that up. And this is going to be like a pastry where you cut in. Go ahead and put the cinnamon in and a tiny bit of salt.
Oh, you got to get all that cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I'd have done. That's the one thing. I
Well, I
just love
didn't
it.
want it to overwhelm the recipe. I wanted overall for that apricot taste to come
understand.
through.
Salt?
So, yes. But in your recipe, if you want more cinnamon,
Well, no,
I
you're
think you
right.
should add
No,
it.
you're right, sis, because you want that apricot flavor to
I
come
do.
through.
I wanted the apricot flavor.
Okay, I think it's mixed.
Now, now you're going to, I'm not sure, was that what we cooked that in? I can't remember, but you're going to cut in the,
Margarine, soy
Yes.
margarine.
I think the sugar goes in there, I hope so. If it's not, it's not going to hurt it.
There, sis.
I couldn't remember. Okay, so now you're just going to cut that in with a fork. And really you're going to want it to be little tiny pieces, like if you were cutting in a pastry, to make pie crust. It's that same kind of a deal. So
So you could use a pastry blender if you wanted.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
those
we got
little
one right
gizmo-
here.
yeah, blend that for us. Do you know, it is so much fun. I thank the Lord for my sisters, really I do. We were just taping Bible stories for Kids Time last week, and we had the best time. And Linda is our story time coordinator for the Bible stories, and so during that time she gets to tell us what to do. And Cinda always comes and she acts in the stories. I actually did, several years ago, I acted in a Bible story, and I found out that wasn't my talent. I haven't done it since.
And really, we have the best set designers here at 3abn's.
We really
Oh, they've done an incredible
In
job.
fact, I can't
Wow.
wait for them to. I can't wait for you to see the new programs because they are incredible. Our 3ABN graphic department here did one incredible, outstanding job at decorating the sets this time. They raised the bar so high, it's going to
I
be really
know.
hard for them
I
to
know.
top it. They did an incredible job under the direction of Shelley Quinn. It's in her department, and the teamwork of all their entire graphic department that works together. One brings this talent, another one's creative juices come from over here, and what it all does and brings together is
And
just
Robbie
amazing.
D and Irma.
Oh, yes,
Robbie
right.
D
is so talented.
And Scott and Kyle and Ariel. It's just, they really did an incredible job.
They
and
did.
And the Bible stories this time are really come to life. But I tell you, it would not be nearly as much fun if God didn't give me 2 sisters to spend that time with. I really tell you, sis, you know, I appreciate it.
Thanks, sis.
You know, one thing I thought was really neat, we did the Bible story of Elijah,
Yes.
and we needed a raven. And Scott,
Oh, yes.
he just went, it's Scott Ellis?
Scott Ellis.
He just went and took a garbage sack and created the most beautiful raven
cardboard,
out of
too.
it. And that raven dropped bread down from the sky. It was quite amazing.
How do you get that to happen?
It was, well, we had to take a couple takes.
I think
because-
it was the
actually,
creativity of Brad, the director.
Yes,
too.
and I think actually Jeremy Steenson was up there and he was dropping the bread. You know,
Yeah, well, we weren't going to expose him because a few of them, you know, hit in the wrong spots, and we had to kind of do some routine.
Jeremy. He was eating it too.
no, it wasn't.
But our director, Brad Walker, has really brought the Kids Time program to a whole new level. I
That's
just
right.
can't wait for you to see these new programs. Incredible.
Yeah.
But I was going to tell you a little grandson story. Someone wrote to me and told me, they said, I just love it when you share your grandson stories. So I have to share this one. When I was getting ready to leave to go tape story time, had everything in the car. I'm getting ready to go, and my grandsons don't want me to go. So they're saying, no, Grandma, don't go, don't go. And now they're getting they're getting toys and putting it underneath my car tires, thinking I can't roll over out of the garage.
Oh, that's awful.
You know, and then they got in my car at one point and locked the door. Of course, I had my automatic opener; I could get in, and they were just trying everything. And finally, I said, "Boys, Grandma really does have to go. I'm going to be late. I have to go." And Michael, the one that's almost 11 years old, he looked at me. He said, "Grandma," he said, "I'm really happy for all the boys and girls around the world," he said, "that have Miss Brenda on Kids Time." And then little Jason, who's almost 6, piped up, "But it really stinks if you're the grandchildren." He didn't want me to go. They are absolutely
Oh,
precious.
I love those boys. They are so much fun.
Yes, they absolutely adore you too.
Okay, how'd I do?
All right, I think you did awesome. They did absolutely awesome.
You did a good job.
Yes, teamwork. Okay, now, yes, we're going to spray that in the opposite direction of me. So-
Oh, you know, you have a few hairs up here.
No.
Just helping her out.
Okay,
It's
now,
a multi-purpose.
now you're going to half this topping, and you're just going to put half of it in here, and just spread it around.
Here.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm the one that washed
I
my
think
hands.
I helped her out.
I'm the one that washed my hands, remember?
Yes.
No,
you
we
go.
all did. I'm surprised
gonna
Linda
say-
didn't say anything. I was waiting. I looked at you, sis.
I don't say a word.
Okay,
not
Linda,
one word.
so we'll get you in on, and you got to pat it down now. See, so she's just going to pat that down. And see how teamwork, it's just so much fun. Okay, and then pat it all down, right there in the middle. There you go.
Now this.
Now we're going to put. Yeah, she's doing. I tell you what, when you give her a job to do, she.
Linda's
does
gonna
it.
do it good.
That's right. Okay, sis, I think you've done that. Okay, wait a minute. Now this is going to go in the puree. It's going to go right on top,
That is really good stuff.
and it kind of nice. It almost bubbles through the topping. So this is okay, Mom. Have Mom go looking the other way right here. I might not get it all.
Oh,
Mom,
I think you're doing
someone might be at the
really
door.
well. Mom would be quite proud of you.
All right. All right, so now we're going to just spread that around. And if you want a little less apricots, I like a nice juicy filling. But if you want a little less, then just take 2 cups of apricots and 2 cups of water and cook down. So you can do that. But I like a nice
I do too. I want to taste that filling.
apricot filling.
'Cause otherwise you're
There
just.
you go.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay,
That's
then now with the rest of the topping, notice I didn't do this until this part's going to go on top. We mixed the walnuts, and so we're just going to mix those
I'm a little
together.
busy over here.
Yes, okay, I've got you covered.
Good.
All right, so you mix the walnuts in like that, and then you're going to just sprinkle this whole thing on top, like that.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty easy, though.
Yep, not hard at all. And
I love it. No eggs in this recipe.
No eggs. And you're going to bake this in the oven. Let's see here. I got to see how much.
Here you go.
Oh, you got it right there? Okay. We're going to bake it for, I got to check this for you. We're going to cover it with foil. Important part here is cover it with foil. And also, we sprayed this pan. Cover it with foil, and you're going to bake it at 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. So the foil covering it is what really helps you kind of get steamy in there and the heat build up in there and really cooks it and makes it nice and bubbly in there. I tried it without the foil. It wasn't a good idea. I kind of tossed that.
Well, you have some right there.
And I have some right here for you to see. And it was Cinda's idea to cut them in nice triangles. I had cut them in squares before, and Cinda, I like that idea.
Well, thanks.
I thought they turned out really pretty, and they're also kind of easier to eat, aren't they?
Well, let me see. I don't know why they make it so hard for me to try these things. They know I'm going to do it. That's really
Verdict
good.
is, there you go. Well, now you have it, folks.
Oh, seriously, that's good. Well, if you like this recipe, we can show you how to get, we have 4 cookbooks, and we're going to show you right now how to get our cookbooks.
If you'd like to purchase the Micheff Sisters cookbooks, you can do so by writing to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. That's 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. You can call us at 618-627-4651. That's 618-627-4651. Or you can visit their website at micheffsisters.com. It's all one word, and you spell Micheff, M-I-C-H-E-F-F. That's micheffsisters.com.
Hello, I'm Molly Steenson, and we have been so blessed by the expansion of 3ABN's Latino network throughout the Americas. Recently, our 3ABN founder, Danny Shelton, was asked to speak at the Chile Adventist University in Chillán the weekend of October 14th and 15th. He'll be addressing the graduating class during commencement ceremonies, as well as speaking at various services. I'm also happy to tell you that we're delighted with the response to our Anchors of Truth series. Our commitment to you is to bring speakers whom the Lord has blessed with a special ability to communicate the gospel and have them present special messages for the times we live in. Just look at some of the speakers who have agreed to take part in this powerful series. Pastor Doug Batchelor, the president of Amazing Facts, will be presenting an anchor series from Sacramento, California that he is calling Doctrines That Divide. He says he is looking forward to working on this project because he knows that many Christian churches hold vastly different views to key Bible teachings. For one to be right about a major Bible doctrine means that others must be wrong, he says. So our goal will be to help Christians find clarity about these important Bible beliefs. Doctrines That Divide will thoroughly investigate 5 crucial topics that divide churches on key Bible subjects. Topics include balancing the notion of law and grace, Christian worship, the return of Jesus, Bible health principles, and the nature of death, hell, and heaven. Pastor Batchelor adds that our search for truth should not be based on mere opinion or popularity. Instead, our focus should be on what the Bible clearly teaches on matters that will likely become much more important as we near the end of time. Look for his series beginning Wednesday, October 19th at 9 p.m. Central Time on 3ABN television. But that's not all. Beginning November the 9th, Pastor C.A. Murray will be presenting a new Anchors of Truth series called The Winds of War, right here in our 3ABN Worship Center. And in December, Pastor Ron Halverson Sr. will be with us for a series too. Be sure to check our website for more information on Anchors of Truth. And if the Holy Spirit impresses you to support 3ABN's growing ministry, please send your tax-deductible love gifts to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. You may also donate through our secure website at 3abn.org. As we lift Jesus up to the world, we engage in the most important work anyone could possibly think of, the rescue of precious souls for His kingdom. What a privilege it is, and what a comfort it is to all of us to know that your prayers follow us day and night. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and may God richly bless you.
Wow, I loved every one of these cookies.
And we hope you will too.
Oh, let's show you once more just to kind of give a little review of what we've made today.
Well, we have oatmeal date cookies.
Those were good.
That's right. And then my molasses cookies.
Oh, I want Joel to try those.
I do too.
I think he'll like them.
I do.
Oh, my oatmeal scotchies.
Then we have peanut butter carob cookies.
Oh, those were good. You can't go wrong with peanut butter.
I have to agree with Cindy on that one. And then also apricot walnut bars.
Oh, those were good. And sis, now you know how to make no-bake
cookies. Do you know, if you were frustrated because you didn't have time to write down the recipes, while we were reading it, don't stress about it. All the recipes are on the website. And so you can go there and just 3abn.org, click on recipes, and you can click in Micheff Sisters, and you can get all of our recipes there, even from several years ago. They're there, or you can get the most recent ones as well. So don't worry about that. You have plenty of time to. In fact, I encourage you to don't even worry about copying it down the program. Just enjoy the program and get it later.
Unless you don't have a computer or an internet or
well,
something.
then you call a friend, tell them to watch, and ask them to download it for you.
That's
Just
right.
print it off.
That's right. And I hope we've inspired you to share your cookies.
That's right.
Because
what Jesus has done for us. We just want to thank you again for allowing us to come into your home and to fellowship with you and letting you know what Jesus has done for us. We'd like to hear from you. Please write us. Please let us know that you are interested in our programs. How do you feel about them? We want to hear from you. So we